Have you ever felt like your children no longer respect you or, worse, completely ignore you? The very people you raised, sacrificed for, and guided through life now seem distant, indifferent, or even dismissive. It's a painful reality that many older parents face, and it can leave you feeling unappreciated, lonely, and even questioning your own worth. But here's the truth. Reacting with anger, sadness, or frustration will only make things worse. Instead, there's a wiser, more powerful way to handle this situation, one that restores your peace, dignity, and even the respect you deserve. Today, I'll share 6 powerful lessons that will change the way you approach this challenge, helping you navigate this stage of life with strength and wisdom. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Accept that life changes over time. One of the hardest truths to accept as you grow older is that life doesn't stay the same. The children you once held in your arms, cared for, and guided through life are no longer the little ones who needed you for everything. They have grown up, built their own families, and become consumed by responsibilities, work, marriage, children of their own, and the daily pressures of modern life. It's easy to feel hurt when they don't call as often or seem too busy to visit. You might wonder, did I do something wrong? Have they stopped caring about me? But in many cases, it's not personal neglect. It's just a shift in priorities. Life moves fast, and while you may always see them as your children, they are now adults navigating their own struggles and commitments. The key to peace is shifting your perspective. Instead of feeling abandoned, recognize this as a natural part of life. Just as your own parents had to let you go and find your way, your children are doing the same. When you understand this, you stop feeling like a victim and start focusing on what truly matters, your own happiness. Rather than waiting for them to make time for you, start making time for yourself. Find joy in new hobbies, friendships, and activities that bring you fulfillment. When you live your life with purpose and contentment, you become someone they respect, admire, and, when they do reach out, genuinely want to spend time with. Lesson 2. Don't beg for their attention. Strengthen your own life. It's natural to want your children's attention, especially when you feel neglected. You might find yourself constantly calling, texting, or even dropping hints that you want to spend time together. But let's be honest, this approach can often backfire. When you're desperate for their attention, it can come across as needy or demanding, which might only push them further away. Instead of chasing their time, focus on strengthening your own life. Invest in your well-being. Explore hobbies that bring you joy. Build new friendships, and focus on your personal growth. Whether it's learning a new skill, getting involved in a community activity, or simply enjoying peaceful moments by yourself, nurturing your own happiness will give you a sense of fulfillment that doesn't rely on anyone else. The more independent and fulfilled you are, the more they will respect you. Children, even as adults, often have a deeper admiration for parents who are confident, self-sufficient, and content in their own lives. When you're living with purpose and passion, they'll start to see you not as someone to be taken for granted, but as someone they can look up to. And when they see how well you're thriving, they may just begin to reach out more, not out of obligation, but out of genuine appreciation for the strong, independent person you've become. Lesson 3. Respect yourself. First, set boundaries. As much as you love your children, it's crucial to remember that you deserve respect at every stage of life. If your children are being disrespectful, whether it's through neglect, harsh words, or simply disregarding your feelings, it's important not to tolerate it. You've earned the right to be treated with dignity, kindness, and care, no matter how old you are. Setting boundaries is not about pushing them away. It's about protecting your own well-being. If they don't value your presence or treat you with the respect you deserve, don't force yourself into their lives or try to earn their approval. Instead, step back and value yourself first. Let them know, gently but firmly, that you won't tolerate disrespect or indifference. This isn't about creating conflict, but about establishing a standard for how you expect to be treated. When you respect yourself enough to set boundaries, you're teaching your children an important lesson about self-worth. By doing so, you show them that you are not dependent on their approval to feel good about yourself. When they see that you have strong boundaries and self-respect, it may open their eyes to the importance of treating you with care and consideration. Ultimately, this empowers you to live with peace and dignity, knowing you are not settling for anything less than respect. Lesson 4. Lead by example. Show grace and wisdom. One of the most powerful ways to regain respect isn't through words, but through actions. When faced with being ignored or disrespected, your reaction speaks volumes. If you respond with anger or bitterness, it only creates more distance. But if you remain calm, composed, and wise, you earn admiration, even if they don't show it right away. Your children may not always listen to what you say, but they will notice how you handle difficult situations. Instead of lecturing them about respect, demonstrate it through patience, understanding, and self-assurance. If they don't call, don't guilt-trip them. If they're dismissive, don't argue. Show them that your happiness isn't dependent on their attention and that you are at peace with yourself. The way you handle being ignored or disrespected teaches them more than words ever could. When they see you carrying yourself with dignity, continuing to live a fulfilling life, and responding to neglect with quiet strength rather than desperation, it plants a seed. Over time, they may come to appreciate and even mirror your wisdom. By leading with grace, you not only command respect, you inspire it. Lesson 5. Build a strong social circle. As you age, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that your family is your only source of connection and support. However, if you feel neglected by your children, it's time to broaden your circle. Connecting with friends, joining community groups, or even participating in online communities can provide the companionship and validation you may be missing. The world is full of people who value your wisdom and experience. People who will appreciate you for who you are, not just for the role you play in their family. Building a social network isn't just about filling time. It's about finding relationships that are meaningful and supportive. Whether it's joining a local book club, a fitness group, volunteering, or simply reaching out to old friends, being surrounded by positive, uplifting people can significantly enhance your emotional well-being. These people will remind you that you are valued, important, and worthy of love and respect, just as much as anyone in your family. You may also find that the more you invest in friendships outside your immediate family, the more fulfilling your life becomes. There's a whole world out there waiting to engage with your unique perspectives and experiences. Online communities especially can be a great way to connect with others who share similar interests or backgrounds, particularly if mobility or distance is an issue. These connections can offer a sense of belonging and emotional support, filling the gaps that might be left by family members who are too busy to offer the attention you deserve. Happiness doesn't have to come from children alone. Surround yourself with those who uplift you. It's about finding a circle of people who genuinely enjoy your company, respect your insights, and make you feel connected to the world. These people can be just as significant in your life as your own children, if not more so at times. They will give you the joy and emotional fulfillment that may be lacking from family interactions, ensuring that your life continues to be rich with love and companionship. The more you nurture these relationships, the more you'll realize that your happiness is in your hands. While your children's attention is important, it shouldn't be the only source of your happiness. By building a strong social circle, you cultivate an environment where your value is recognized and appreciated, and you can continue to thrive, even if your family is too busy or distant to be there for you as much as you might wish. Lesson 6. Let go of expectations. Find peace. Within one of the most freeing lessons you can learn in your later years is the importance of letting go of expectations. So much of our pain comes from the belief that others, particularly our children, should behave a certain way, giving us the attention, love, and respect we think we deserve. However, when we cling to these expectations, we set ourselves up for disappointment and heartache. The biggest key to peace is learning to detach from these expectations and accepting that people's behavior, especially our children's, is beyond our control. The truth is, you are not defined by how much attention your children give you. You've lived a full life, and your worth is not contingent on their constant presence or admiration. When you release the need for validation from them, you free yourself from the emotional weight that comes with unfulfilled expectations. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of their neglect and start viewing your life as something you have control over. Instead of measuring your happiness based on how often they visit or call, focus on what you can control, your own joy, peace, and purpose. What activities bring you fulfillment? What dreams have you put on hold that you can now pursue? Embrace the opportunity to create a life that is rich with personal meaning, free of resentment, and full of moments that truly matter. You have the power to build a life of contentment, even without the constant involvement of your children. The more you let go of expectations, the more you open yourself up to a life of peace and acceptance. You no longer feel disappointed when they don't meet your needs because you've found ways to meet them yourself. Whether through friendships, personal hobbies, or new experiences, you can create a life that nourishes your soul without depending on anyone else for validation. And as a result, you become a calmer, more centered person, someone who radiates peace and wisdom. In the end, the greatest gift you can give yourself is the freedom from resentment. When you stop holding on to unrealistic expectations, you create the space for joy to enter your life again. You teach yourself to find peace within, no matter what your children do or don't do. By embracing this mindset, you'll not only find happiness, but also become a beacon of wisdom and serenity for those around you, including your family. Conclusion. As we wrap up, remember that your peace and happiness are in your hands. By accepting the changes in life, setting boundaries, and focusing on your own growth, you can reclaim your dignity and find joy, even if your children are distant or neglectful. Let go of expectations and find fulfillment within yourself. You deserve to live your later years with grace, peace, and purpose. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment below with either a 9 or 0, whichever number reflects how you feel about the lessons shared today. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, take care, stay strong, and keep finding joy in every moment.